In this project, we got stuck into our office joinery. We custom built these statement cabinets to add character, a focal point to this room, and a whole lot of storage.
Good morning.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. Some exciting things happening today. The spaces have felt empty, but today is the day we start on cabinetry in our office. We haven't shown a lot of our office yet, except for putting the windows in, but it's very exciting.
Not much has really happened, so it's been a bit of a dead space. We've used it for storage. It's just been a bit of a blur room. Obviously, like, we've done some bulkhead work in some previous videos, but it hasn't been the main focus. It's obviously, there's a lot happening in the living room with the fireplace, but here is a bit of a nothing room. However, the hero piece of this room is the joinery. So we're at a really exciting stage now where I get to build 6 base cabinets, 4 base cabinets on the bottom and 2 nice big tall cupboards. So I'm going to start working on those today.
We're laughing because so I work from home and I currently just have a very small desk in our bedroom and I have no drawers for storage. I have like an empty jar with all my pens in it.
And that's it.
And that is it. Like, that's the extent of it. And I'm going from that to like floor to ceiling cabinetry, base cabinet. So for me, I'm not gonna, it's going to be a dream. I'm going to be able to put my pens in the cupboard, and I only have pens because I have no space for anything else. So I only have a bowl of pens. The point is, it's really exciting, and we're going to not know ourselves with the amount of storage we've built into this. So we're going to start with the cabinetry on this side, which is the 6 base cabinets, and then on top of those we'll have, like, what are the top cabinets called?
Just a tall cupboard.
Just a tall cupboard that goes up to the bulkhead that we've built in.
Yeah.
We're going to paint that a really, really beautiful, like, muddy blue stone colour, which I'm excited about. Currently we're not sure if we're going to just keep it to the cabinetry or pull it all right around the room, but we can decide that later once they're in. And I'm going to be building all the doors for the cabinetry, and Brad's going to be building the carcasses, so it's a bit of a team effort.
Attaboy.
Hopefully this video might inspire someone to build their own cabinetry. Cabinetry is really expensive when you buy it.
It's awfully expensive. A flat pack used to be really cheap, and that's speaking from experience, doing a lot of previous projects with flat packs from Bunnings, from IKEA, things like that. They used to be a really good option. Now they're really expensive for DIYs, and it's almost pushed DIYs to be a little bit more hands-on. If you want to save some good cash, buy a big old panel like this and start cutting it yourself. But
so it's like the cash, but it's also, you get to build it custom exactly to what you want. You can get these like millimeter perfect to what you want to fit into your house for an absolute budget price. So
it really is, yeah. With a bit of skill and a bit of time and effort put into it, you can really make a custom joinery, a space look really, really great for a good price.
It's that luxe finish, like when you have a custom piece in a room that is built for that room specifically, it just feels luxury. That's right. No way around it.
Without the ridiculous price.
Without the price, without the luxury price. So let's get to it, start getting this office to come to life.
Alright, so that's our 4 base cabinets all completely built, which is awesome. A little bit repetitive, but you know, once you get into a bit of a rhythm, you can kind of smash them all out. So they're all ready to go. I've just finished building this huge kicker. It's so big. I have a couple more little cross pieces to put in so that we can screw it to the floor and then screw the cabinetry to the kicker. And this of course gets us up off the floor with our allowance for our floorboards, so that our skirting can go on underneath it nicely. So that'll be our finish, will be the skirting that follows through around the room. And then once that's down, we'll level that off, get that ready to go, and then we'll plonk all the units on top and screw it all together. Let's go. So we got these 4 base cabinets together. I worked out pretty well for the space. I've left a little bit of a margin on either side for us to do some filler pieces. So it gives us a little bit of room to play with, but also gives us a nice sort of shadow line around the outside of the cabinets against the edges there. So as you can see, you probably might notice that these haven't got any holes in them. So I decided on these cabinets that we were just going to cut them out of just a straight plain piece of melamine. Unlike the ones in the living room behind, they have got all the pre-drilled holes in them. So I bought a pre-drilled panel and cut them out. Whereas, funny enough, the price of a half sheet versus a full sheet of just a plain white are the same price. So essentially you're getting double without the holes, and I thought we're not going to really need too much adjustment in these shelves. So I'll make up a little jig, and what I'll do is I'll just drill some holes in the middle to give us a little bit of variance in the middle, but you don't need the overkill of all the holes all the way through for every single panel, just to save a little bit of money. A little bit here and there sort of goes a long way at the end of the project. And speaking of that too, like this is a small amount of cabinetry. It's really 4 large base cabinets, and it's only cost us a few $100s worth of materials. Really, really cheap if you've got a little bit of time and you've got a little bit of patience and know-how, and a few bits of equipment, obviously a key there. However, even without that, you can still make this sort of stuff work. So a really great way to save a lot of money, because man, my custom joinery at the moment is so expensive. Personally at work, I'm finding that it's really, really expensive to try and quote jobs and things like that. So being able to do it yourself is a big, big tick. But anyway, we're on to the next section now. So I'm going to screw all these together, and then I'm going to screw them back down to the kicker so it's all locked in nice and strong, and even to the back wall as well. And then I'm going to measure the tall cupboards that are going to go on either end. Now I had made an allowance, but it's also good just to build them in situ as well. So it helps check measure just the heights and things like that. Make any adjustments if I need to be, if I'm getting a little bit too close to the bulkhead above. But now I can, once I screw and fix this off, I'll be able to get a perfect measurement and go from there. So we've just finished screwing off these base cabinets. I had a little bit of a hiccup last night. I tried to finish it so that I could get straight into cutting these next big tall cupboards, but my drill died. So that couldn't drill any holes. So very unfortunate. But this morning I ran out to the tool shop and decided to buy some new brushes for it, and just a quick replacement, back to normal. So that's a big plus. But I also splurged and bought another one just because I was so annoyed at changing over. This one's a bit old and a bit heavy and clunky. Still obviously quite great, but decided to buy a little bit something a little bit more powerful. So this is the brushless version of this one, about 5-6 years newer. But it just allows me to just do a lot more, a lot quicker, because I don't have to keep changing bits, so I can just do twice as much at the moment. So a little bit of a splurge there, but keeps me moving. So now we're going to get on to building the large tall cabinets on the side. I'm going to get zipping these up, iron on the edging, just to repeat that last process of pretty much building these base cabinets and then sliding them in.
cabinets installed here in the office. We're ready to start on the doors. I am still blown away by how much storage we have in this room. Like, I'm not joking when I say this is probably triple the amount of storage we have in the full back of the house where we're currently living. So it's a dream come true, this part of the office. So I have to build 12 doors that will go into this room. If you watched the last episode, you'll see I built the 4 doors that went into our living room space. That was the first doors I've ever made, so hopefully I'll be a little bit more confident and a little bit faster in making these 12. First things first, we have to measure. I'm going to do the base cabinets along here first. You have to measure the cabinets minus 3 mil from the top so that the door doesn't scrape along the bench top we'll put in, and 3 mil from the side so that they don't jam when they open. So it's a pretty easy measurement we have to take, and then I'll move upwards where they get a little bit taller. So let's get into it. I'm excited to see them in. the last 2 shakers I have to put in of the 12. It's been a huge effort, but we are almost there. Let's get it done. But now that our doors are trimmed, or we've got that edging, that beautiful soft edge on all 12 doors, we're moving on to cutting down the molding. So if you watched the video where we built the base cabinets and doors, you'll already know that we bought this molding. This one we just picked up from Bunnings. We chose a molding that suited our decor. We wanted something that had some flair to it, but that wasn't too ornamental or too over the top. So we kind of have this it's a beautiful curved piece. It's not too flowery. We really love how it looks in our base cabinets. So I'm going to chop these down to size using that 45-degree angle and get all 12 done. It's a big job, but we got to get to it. So onwards we go. So the lighting is a bit strange, but I've been working hard on my 12 doors for our office. It's been quite a time, but we're ready to hang them all but 2 of our big doors. So they're the only ones outstanding. They've got a bit of painting and sanding to go, but we're going to hang the rest. So we're using some soft close hinges to hang our doors. We have to put, is it 3 hinges? 4 hinges on the big doors alone. They are heavy. They're really heavy and they're quite large. Brad's handling one behind.
Yeah, that's right. It's all got to do with the tallness. Weight is an issue, but the taller, the more hinges you need.
So there you go. So we had to buy three bags of hinges just for the office. Like, there's a lot of joinery, but there's a lot of storage, so it's happy days really. So we're gonna get these up, and I think it's really gonna transform the space. We've had these empty base cabinets for a while, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this space starts to come alive. I'm gonna be in here a lot. This is my office, it is my space, and I'm really excited to start to see it come together. So let's get hanging some doors and see everything come to life. Perfecto. Beautiful. This is a huge step forward in our renovation, and I can't wait to use this room as my office. It's going to be a really, really beautiful space to work. It's going to get all those creative juices flowing, that's for sure. One thing I can't wait to do is take this cabinetry and get this feature wall moving and grooving. Now we can really imagine how big this feature wall is going to be. I'm picturing some texture, some art, some sconces. I've even bought the sconces. I bought them like a year ago, so I am waiting to get them in. Thank you for joining us. We have so many projects coming up the pipeline, and we would love for you to subscribe so you can come on this journey with us. See you later.